Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are in a older home, and as you can see, these wood floors have had a lot of wear and tear. So we're going to be replacing them with a loose lay vinyl. But you can see here this bottom step is rounded, and you cannot make open stair caps that are rounded with vinyl flooring. So we're going to show you how we fixed this for our customers. So what we're doing here is we're making a jig for ourselves. So we've glued and nailed, tack nailed these wood pieces into place for the edges of what we want. We're then going to draw out our jig on cardboard and cut it out, and then we're going to be putting that onto wood. This is how we've chosen to get that perfect 90-degree square edge on the stairs here. We use cardboard a lot to help us mock out what we want and need before cutting it to wood, and this is what works for us. So we're just going to pull those tack nails out, and now we have our piece of wood in place, and we're going to be adhering it. Even though this is over at the side, it's likely not going to get a whole lot of traction, but of course it is the base for our stairs, and so we do want to make sure that it is adhered well. So we are pre-drilling some holes for some very long screws that are going to be put into place here to make sure that we have a really strong supportive base for the vinyl flooring that's going to go on top. If you are new to our channel, please hit that subscribe button. We have lots of videos with tips and tricks on how to go about doing your stairs, putting vinyl on your stairs, as well as anything and everything in between. And so we'd love it if you could hit that subscribe button. What we're doing here is we're using an adhesive filler. This is just going to add a little bit more stability. Additionally, these customers have chosen a loose lay vinyl. It does not have a rigid core, and so we do have to make sure that what we are putting it on is completely smooth, and that is what we are doing here so that there is no gaps, because the vinyl itself does not have that rigid core to give it support, and it needs to get it all from the surface. So now that we have that done, we can go ahead and get started on our vinyl. Here at Step Up, we take flat vinyl plank flooring and we turn it into stair nosings. So that has already been done at the shop, and we are now cutting it for these open end here and preparing those end caps there. And then we're going to be cutting that final piece. If you'd like to see this in more detail with more instructions and in a slower pace, please hit that subscribe button and check out the more detailed videos on our channel. So now that we have everything cut to size, we can get started on our installation. We always do what we call a dry fit first. So we go step by step, we cut every piece, we do everything prepared, cut, measured, ready to go, so that when it's time to install, we can be very efficient with it and we're not walking up and down the stairs too much when they are wet. So this is a loose lay vinyl, and so that is why it can be bent around here. If we were using a luxury vinyl plank or a rigid core vinyl, we would need to have squared out the riser portion as well, like we did on the step. But because it's not, we were able to wrap that riser around. And then it is on to the nosing. We use a PL Premium as the adhesive to lay down and adhere the vinyl. While loose lay vinyl is often designed to not be glued down on a flat surface, any vinyl that is put onto stairs is going to be adhered, including the LVP vinyls or the click vinyls, as it does need to be held in place. Because these boards do not click together, you can see here that we're doing the taping to hold everything in place while it sets. PL Premium takes about 24 hours, all the way up to 48 hours, depending on the humidity, to fully set. And so the tape is going to stay in place for that amount of time, and then we will come back later to remove it. But it's just going to hold everything still and make sure that we get that beautiful finish. And then we are just going to continue along on these stairs. So you can see here that there are a number of stairs in this installation job that are a little bit different. And that's why this customer had contacted us on our website to get us to come in and do this job. So if you're looking to get some vinyl installed on your property, you're also welcome to reach out at stepupvinyl.ca. We do have tons of information on the website, lots of reviews from customers and photos, as well as instructional videos that you can check out. After this step, the rest of them are all what we call closed stairs. So that is when a stair tread from left to right has a wall on both sides and there aren't any posts or anything else in the way. A number of customers do sometimes just prefer to buy the nosings from us and do the installation themselves when that is the type of property that they have. I would say that you would have to have a decent amount of skills, not be a brand new DIYer, to be able to do that. But again, this job had a number of open stairs, which we do always need to install ourselves as they are custom made on the property for the purpose of making sure that it is that perfect fit. So you can see here we are just continuing up with that installation. It is rinse and repeat, and you will see that our installer is standing on the treads that have just been installed. They are doing that very strategically, making sure they're staying flat-footed and that their weight is continuing to be straight down. They're not trying to add any pressure one way or the other on the feet that they are on. Here we are adding the nosing that goes with the landing. So the landing had been previously installed. So the rest of the boards are already adhered in place, but we didn't glue down the nose because in the order that we install, we needed to be coming up the stairs. So the nose would be the last piece that gets put on. And so it's now getting secured in place so that that adhesion can happen. So here we have it with the tape on. Again, this is the exact vinyl plank flooring that the customers have installed at the top of the stairs. It is an exact match because it's the actual flooring. We took the vinyl planks that they had and we bent them into the nosings so that they could have this beautiful, complete match on their stairs. As I've mentioned, please hit that subscribe button and check out our other videos. We have all sorts of tips and tricks that'll show you all sorts of different aspects of dealing with vinyl, dealing with stairs, and even picking the best vinyl for your job. There's a lot of terminology out there and a lot of people trying to sell you stuff. And so we're just trying to make it a little bit easier for everyone. And here's the finished product when the tape's been taken off. We'll see you in the next video.